to? No, jasne. Ne, vyvíte baterky, tak jsem zase blíž. Tak začneme. Máme. Můžeme jít. Hello everyone. All of us here, we have something in common together. And this thing is that we share passion for one thing, for erasmus-student-network. And that's the reason why we gathered today here, to decide about the next steps in the section of ESM VUT Brno by voting for our next board for the people who will be representing our section. So welcome everyone who is here, welcome people on the stream, and let me also welcome our guests from the other sections, Marianka and Vali. And now we will begin with some opening words from our current president, Maciej Pernoga.
Hello beautiful people, warm welcome. Thank you, it's one of the last, right? Welcome here, also welcome our alumni. I'm so glad you came here, but welcome everybody, all of our members. So many of you are sitting here, and also members of other section in Brno from Uni. Thank you for coming, thank you for helping us as well. And I would like to say just good luck for the candidates. I'm not gonna make it any longer. Please excuse our delay. Some things happened here, and maybe let's continue with the program. We have a lot of us. We have a lot ahead of us. Please, Philip, can you continue?
So, maybe review annual financial closure because, as that you say, we are supposed to get you to know how are we financially coping during our mandate and stuff like that. So this would be a closure for the year 2021. What are the differences, how we managed to finish that year. I always say the COVID year wasn't like really grateful to us, but in case of year 2021, there is one important difference that has been made, that the rent of our office wasn't like issued by the university based on spoken word, so they didn't issue us the invoices. However, we are supposed to pay the rent, they just didn't ask for it, so the result of 2021 comes out positive. However, if they ask for the rent for the whole year, we will have negative, so I think, yeah, you can see there that in the end we ended up almost like 44,000 crowns in plus for year 2021, and that's the result I would like to present you. And considering also the inflation, it's and the fact that they can still ask for the money, we still like owe them, but they didn't ask for them yet. So and they have like 2 years time to ask for them. Also by law, we have to keep that money somewhere aside to be prepared in change of like new leadership at school if they would decide to ask for that money later, since it's only a spoken deal, it's nowhere written. And there is also the inflation, so yeah, the year ended up positive, but with reserves. And that would be all for me for the results.
So we can see that our section is in a good shape, and we can give it into the hands of our next board. But first let's start with some technical information about how it is going to look like today. As you see, this is the proposed agenda. Already we are in a bit delay, so the times are just approximate. First of all, before I continue, I want to ask you, do you all hear me well? Am I speaking clearly? Please make like this if you hear, and like this if not. Okay, because we are without mic. So I would also like to ask people who will be presenting to speak loud enough and clearly so others can hear us. As you may see, there is a lot of things going on. First, we will have some closure of the current mandate of our board, and then we will be witnessing the presentations of the current board people who are applying for the current board positions. And the important thing here is check out these dark blue highlighted things, which are saying coffee break. It's more like a toilet break, so please, if you need to go on toilet, go on fresh air, use this time to go, and do not leave the room during the presentations, because this way we will show the respect to the people who are presenting. Without any further ado, let's continue with the summary of the mandate, and I would like to ask Macho and Joe to come here and present us what was happening during this year. Please give them a hand.
Thank you, Patrick. Usually, President also always summarize what he and his board did in the last year. I'm so glad Joe is here with me because I think all of us members of the board gave so much energy into the past year. I'm so glad that Joe was all the time with me as well, and he's here, standing here next to me also during this presentation, because many of the things we did was also thanks to him. And how to start? Well, I remember, if you can go to the next slide. I remember a year ago, we were just like, it was after a year of jumping from lockdown to lockdown, and all members, were exhausted, and there were no enough new members in the section, and like new members weren't as motivated to join us, and we were like 3 people actually voted to the board for the next year. And we were wondering what to do, and I remember sitting here on the bench in the park, and it was me, Hanka, and Joe like properly voted, and Zuzka came there as well, even though she wasn't vice president at that time. And I was like, even though it's only 4 of us sitting here, I was so motivated, and we were all of us were so motivated to do a change and to like make this section even better. And after a year, I can say I'm proud of our work. You are the judges, you are the members. Maybe Alumni are bigger judges because they are here for a longer time. But we would like to also summarize like specific points or specific things we did in the past year, and you can decide if it was a successful year or not. So maybe let's start with the, no, please, back to the first slide.
We divided the things we have done during the year like into 3 parts. The first part is what we have done for the members and for the local students of Brno University of Technology. We all knew that the last holiday and also during the months of the year, we made a renewal or reconstruction of the Panda Point. We cleaned up the office space, the left space, and also like made the new paintings, made the new floor, and another like added some furnitures and cleaned that space at all in the right side. So that's basically one of the biggest things we have done.
And no doubt that maybe this is the biggest change we brought, like we did in the past year, and we did it during the summer. And because we knew that this is the thing which has nothing to actually do with Erasmus students, it has a lot to do with you members, us members. So we knew during the semester when Erasmus students will come to Brno, they will know enough time to do such a big thing. So like right after we were elected, we told to ourselves we gotta do it as soon as possible, and so we spent there a couple of weeks but you can see the results, and I'm proud of them. So let's continue.
Applause from the second point on the presentation goes to Maťo and partly to the Filip, because they agreed on the bigger support from the financial support from the International Relations Office of Brno University of Technology. That's some of the money goes directly to the members, and some of the money went to the National Assembly. So we got big financial support from them for the organized Brno Dobrý National Assembly in May.
Okay,
so
to be maybe more specific, it was exactly increased by 25%, and I'm also proud of that. But it's not just work from our side, but we had a wonderful coordinator, which we would like to thank as well, because our coordinator in the IRO of BUT was Andrea, and she made put her energy into this as well. So thanks to her, we actually were supported more. Okay, sorry.
Okay, next point goes to the new generation of members. When I remind my first ESN meeting, which was September 2020, and there was, from the people who are here right now, there was only Maťo and Hanka, I think, maybe Jirka, I don't remember, so yeah, but definitely were there. So yeah, we changed the generation of the new members. The new people came, the old members are now alumni. So this is definitely a thing we have to do after the COVID and after the people went up from the school to the work, and they are not interested in the being ESN or not anymore.
Yes, this is definitely our point of view on this section, because we were here a year ago, and we saw there were members from 2019, which is good, but we also need new members. And from watching to just seeing you guys sitting here, we can say that the generation changed, because you were not here actually last year. So that is how we look at the thing. Yes.
Next point, section hoodies, that's self-explanatory. After years we have section hoodies, not the Brno University one, but the official Panda one. So yep, we are wearing them now. And the Move in Europe 2020 first, which was event organized after 2 years without that event, and it was made by Zuzka. Thank you, Zuzka. She was the leader of the whole event, and since in that time we haven't had that much people to organize it, we were 3 people as OCs, and since the pandemic in that time wasn't that sure and stable, also the measures were not that stable, we done this event in 14 days or 20 days, so that was something we could have as accomplishment.
Yes, it was actually the first bigger event of our board besides Bold Party, but it cost us a lot of energy to explain why are we doing this thing, why are we not doing maybe some other events, why are we doing this thing for local students, and why you guys are volunteers of that time should help us. And I think actually I'm proud of this point very much, and I'm proud of Zuzka and Joe, because as Joe said, we did this event from the beginning to its end in 14 days, and I'm proud of this as well. That's not to repeat every word, but okay,
to be a little bit faster, the last thing is upgraded general meetings. That thanks goes to Zuzka also. We make them shorter and also included more activities to be interactive between members and between all the people there. Okay, next slide. The second part is what we have done for the Erasmus-student-network itself. The first thing is we, together with the Brno United, Brno United with the other two sections. We organized the 10th anniversary of the Brno United. It was happened in September, 4th of September. So, and we invited also alumni and also the members. Yep, that was the celebration. As I mentioned, the second thing was the National Assembly na Brno Dobrý 2022, and for the ESN itself, we also started the project of Fiesta 2.0, which is like new generation with new things, new stuff.
Okay, so to do 3 points from my point of view. Brno University 10th anniversary, I just hope it was like the first year of this kind of event, and we can continue doing this in the future, maybe in some other format, but still continue doing such an event because it was wonderful, and those who been there can say that. Na Brno Dobrý, I think it was said a lot about this event, and many of you were there and you saw how amazing was this, and we are proud of this as well. And to the last point, it was actually the idea of working groups. We were trying to bring to ESN. We cannot say it was successful every time, but in some projects, in maybe like 3 projects, it was successful, or maybe the work is still like in the process, and we hope that it will in the future bring something to the ESN. Maybe not during our mandate, but in the future, definitely. Okay, let's go.
And last slide for our stakeholders, the Erasmus students. We restarted the offline events, which is like the most important thing, what we have done for them after the COVID. And also we replaced the big trips, such as Český Krumlov or Krakow, for the smaller trips around Brno, so the Moravský Kras, Pálava, and these kind of events. So that's for them.
Yes, actually I don't have nothing to say about it. So to sum it up, we are so thankful for your help during our mandate, and I think each of the members should be proud of himself, because we together did wonderful work, and maybe you can tell us if we did or not like some bigger changes, and if you would do something differently, but at this time every time we can do better, but we are proud of our mandate, and that's probably it. Okay, so thank you for your attention.
So that was the wrap up of this semester, and now we will move on with our program, and we will start the traditional formalities which are in the beginning of every General Assembly. And first of all, we need to make sure that all of the people with delegated votes are here, hopefully, and all of the people with votes are here as well. So we will start with the quorum check, and right now I will be reading the names, and I will ask you for your answer for this question, which you can see, which is this General Assembly you attended the first one, or if you already attended some General Assembly previously? So first one is Josef Kolář.
Yes.
Second one is Tomáš Kantor, who delegated his vote to Rada. Yes. Third one is Karolina Obdržálková. Then it's Michal Miška, who delegated his vote to Jirka Kreisinger. No. Next one is Hanka Hálová.
No.
Thank you. Next one is Jirka Kreisinger for himself. No again. Okay. Next one is Patrick Begar, which is me, and for me the answer is no. Next one is Matej Špernoga. No. Then it's Zuzka Gregušková.
No.
Next one is Filip Wagner.
No, same.
Okay. Then Josef Zuzelka. Okay. Bohuslav Gregor.
Yes.
Jiří Soukup.
No.
Daniel Romanovský.
Yes.
Marko Bermel. Marco is not here. Next one is Tatiana, who delegated her vote to Hanka Halová.
Yes.
Next one is Tomáš Opletal.
Yes.
Okay. Next one is Radim Veselský, who delegated his vote to Zuzka Gregušková.
Yes.
Next one is Radmila.
Yes.
Next one is Monika, who delegated her vote to Karolina Držálková. Next one is Michal Oleksa. Next one is Daniel Gorgol, who delegated his vote to Matej Šternoga.
Yes.
Next one is Jan Novák. Jan Novák is not here. Next one is Peter Velecký.
Yes.
Next one is Barbara Ningurská. Next one is Pavel. No. Okay, so now goes Pavel Lorenz.
Yes.
Martin Kucharík. He's not here. Michal Huber. He's not here. And that would be it. So quorum check is done, and we can proceed with the other formalities. First of which is approval of the election commission. And for the election commission, we have Marianka and Vali here. So now I will ask you a question if you approve this election commission. And if the answer is yes, please raise your hand. If the answer is no, then you will raise your hand when I ask about no. So, and delegated votes, yes, if you have delegated votes, raise both of your hands if you are both for yes. If you are yes, no, then yes, then. Okay, so do you approve this election commission? Who is for the answer yes? Please raise your hand. Okay.
Again, raise it. Aye. Aye.
No. No. Okay, who is for no? 0. Who abstains? 0. So we have 24 votes for yes. Election committee have been approved. We have to approve one more person, and it's the record keeper, who is Joe Clash. So again, who approves? Do you approve Joe Clash as the record keeper? Yes? Well, raise your hand. Joe, do you approve? No. Okay, so we have 23 answers for yes. Who votes for no? 0 for no. And who abstains? 1 for abstain. Okay, record keeper have been approved. Now about the votings. All of us have some rights here. Some of us have more rights than the others. But everybody has a right to participate in the discussion. We will tell you more about the discussion later, how it goes on. But even if you don't have vote, or if you don't have delegated vote, you can still participate. And of course, people who asked for the interested membership or who have delegated votes are able to vote and to approve or disapprove our candidates. So now the question round. Question round is at the end of each presentation of the candidate, where there is a possibility to ask them questions about their candidacy. Before this question round was an online question round on the Facebook event of this event of General Assembly. So please try to not ask the same questions as people asked there. Maybe you can later open your Facebook and check those questions, so we won't repeat ourselves. Also, when somebody else asks the same question as you wanted, just say covered, do not repeat it again. And there will be a speakers list, so when you will be asked to put your questions, you will raise your hand, I will write down your number, and then I will be calling you by names, and you can interact with the candidates. And of course, this is a formal event, and we are civilized people, so there are some rules of decency, but they are quite, it's not hard to follow them. Just imagine what would you do in the normal human interaction. So no, communicate respectfully, no hate speech, no discrimination, and that's pretty much it. Keep it civilized. Now the voting. When will be the voting part, each of you will receive a paper where is the question, do you approve this person for this position? And answers are of course yes, no, abstain. Please circle the answer, do not cross it or do anything else, because such votes do not count. If you have delegated vote, you will receive 2 of the papers, of course one for you and one for the person who delegated his vote for you. And candidates will be elected in case of at least half of the people will approve of them. I think we can process and proceed with the first presentation, which is the candidacy for the position of causes manager, and I will ask Jirka Souku to come here and show us what you got. Please give a hand to Jirka.
Hello, my friends. It's my pleasure to see all of you here. And now we can go. So, my name is Jiří Souku, and I will present you my candidacy for causes manager. Next slide, please. First of all, some basic information about me. I'm 21-year-old student of Faculty of Information Technologies on BUT. And slide before, please. Okay. And with volunteering, I started when I got into the program called DFP Awards, where I did bronze and gold level. About ESN, I found out about it thanks to my sister, Maruška, and it was at the end of year 2020. Since then, it was quite a long journey, full of interesting experiences, like participating in NAs or doing some events like Dinner in the Dark or cleanup and so on. Please, next slide. Small step aside. About my hobbies, I like doing sports like running or playing chess. And most of all, I really love hiking, as you can see here. This one, please. So now, get back to ESN. Why did I decide it for my candidacy? As I mentioned in online question round, I got a dream about our section. I really appreciate the great job all the previous boards did, and I want to continue in that work and make our section even better and move our section even farther. What are my goals? I want to continue, or the first thing in which I want to continue are, let's say, gold events, like Dinner in the Dark or Linux, and also diamond events, like Erasmus in school and international dinner. Next thing are workshops that's gonna be for our members, and I wanna do that to improve what they know about causes of the ESN. Last but not least are reports of our activities, which are most connected with causes, and I want to oversee the timely insertion of reports to web of ESN. And what do I want to innovate? I want to make our parties at least a little bit more responsible. We did a great job in this direction, but I think that there is still space for improvement. Next thing is national level, because it's not just about Brno United cooperation. I think that on national level there is a big space for improvement again, and we can get much more from that. And again, last but not least, are new events. Okay, just briefly new events. Running and cafe for the deaf, and also some events for our members, like activities, which I want to include most of all into our two buildings. So now that's all from my side, and
and I will announce when we will get close to the 10 minutes, and we will have to stop it in case of we will have very much questions. So you can now raise your hands, and I will be writing with your speakers list. So Kaya, Macho, Hanka, Irka. Okay, you can begin.
I want to ask if there is a specific skill or something you want to gain from this position. You want to get better at something you want.
okay. That's a good question. Thank you. I wanna get better my time management a little bit, and also the cooperation with people. And the third thing I wanna make better is my presenting of everything. Yeah? No? Okay.
Next one is Macho.
When deciding, thank you for your presentation. When deciding to go for the candidacy, you definitely had some pros and maybe cons of like doing this and going for it. What were the cons? What were the things
So if I understand your question, you want to know why did I decide for this position exactly? Right.
Like, what was against to your candidacy in your head, and why did you decide to not pick up the things against it and go for the candidacy?
Okay. The biggest thing was that I was scared. Like, I was scared about presenting. That's the truth. And it's quite stressful for me, maybe you see it. But, maybe not, I don't know. But I decided to do that because I hate to be scared.
Thank you. Next one is from Anka.
Covered.
Okay. Then Jirka.
Should I press everything now for the next one, or can I go two at once?
What?
I have two questions. Should I write everything again, or can I go two questions at once?
You can do two questions at once.
Okay, thank you. My first questions go to the, you said you want the parties more responsible. Can you tell me more precisely how to do it? Because we already have free water, and our students are adults, they can drink for themselves, so people at the bar are already overloaded, controlling which drink and this not. So can you tell me more how you guys want to make parties more responsible?
Okay. I mentioned it in online question round, but yeah, the most important thing from my side is to limit the amount of alcohol. Like, let's say we will, before the event, we will think about how many drinks per person we want to have, and after that we will buy the amount of alcohol for it. Okay?
How do you control the distribution among the people?
Like which, I don't know which event you are talking about.
Yeah, the
Because-
party, the different party, like the parties, this party.
Okay, there are, like in these parties we've got person who are supposed to control if they don't have like their own alcohol, so there will be just our alcohol and we can control it.
But how can you control someone like 3 drinks or the amount of drinks to decide if it's easy?
Like there will be the amount. So one way which we can do is that we will just select them, but we can like write some notes on that paper around the hand, yeah, and there then we will see how many drinks they have. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and the second question, you mentioned you want to use the last number of the disposable items, but we already struggle like with the cleaning of them. We have some plans like use washing machine and stuff in the wood, not washing machine, the dishwasher to help us to clean them, because I think like a lot of the dishes piled on the panda coin, so do you have no plan for that, or how do you want to change from the disposable items for the non-disposable and keep them clean?
Like you're talking about dishes in Thunderbird, or
You said you want to use the least number of disposable items. So I guess what of the items we like to use are the cutlery and the plates. So I thought that this is what you meant. Or this the other thing that you want to use the less disposable items for.
yeah, okay. Like we've got knickknacks, yeah, and we can use them. So that what I mentioned. I want to continue in this trend in our section, and the other things like that's basically it from my side.
Alright.
Thank you. And next one is Marianka.
And can I have like 3 questions?
Yes. And does anybody else have questions? Okay, Macho, Pablo. Okay. So you can go with your 3 questions.
Okay, so my first one, it's a bit connected to Jirka's. So how would you define, or how would you, just present the concept of responsible party?
How would I present it?
How would you define it? What does it mean?
For me, it means less of alcohol, more of water, and bed early.
Okay, connected to that, the second question. At these parties, where we as ESN want to have a responsible party concept as a part of it, however, we also want people to have fun and to enjoy it. So do you think that or do you see a way how to connect these two, so to actually have fun but responsible? And having fun means for lots of people drinking alcohol, but also it doesn't mean throwing up somewhere in groups. So,
like you can say, for a lot of people, having fun means get drunk, but I think that
no, but
or
you can drink alcohol and still not be too drunk.
so that's okay from my side. As I said, I don't want to do absolutely non-alcoholic parties, but I want to limit it because I think that it's not about getting drunk. So
Yeah. But it's not the we'll have later. Okay, and my third question is about Erasmus in schools. So is there some innovation that you would like to add to the program? So we are maybe talking about something more interactive, adding up to the process, presentations, and interaction with high school students. So do you have something like that in your mind?
I was thinking about the organization of this event, and I think you had a question about the organization part,
Yeah,
right? But yeah, I know. But about that part, in the schools, I had a presentation in one school, and I think that it depends mostly on the people who presenting. So I don't want to directly innovate something like that. It's just up to them. Like I will give them a presentation they can use, and they can use it as they think that's the best way.
Okay, and we have last 2 minutes, so I'm asking last time, do you have any question, and then I propose to close the speakers list. So, does anybody else has questions? I still have Matthew and Pavel on the list. Something addition to it? I will have a question, and then I propose to close the speakers list. Is anybody against? Okay, so Matthew can continue with his question.
I have actually 2 questions. The first is process manager's agenda is not that wide, as you know, but there is no candidate for the position of communication manager. You are, according to my knowledge, you are maybe the most skillful person in the possible next board talking about the things which are in the communications manager's agenda. If you can tell, you can help Anka and as the possible future president and the whole team contributing to doing the agenda of communication manager practically, and maybe how much time can you invest just in this agenda of your time weekly maybe. You can tell how many hours you can invest into the agenda of communication manager. How can you imagine?
Okay, so first of all, I think I can help with this agenda. And about the time, I haven't think about it yet, but now I think it could be 2 hours per week at least, and it's gonna depend on how much work will be necessary to do. So yeah.
Okay, thank you. And about the next question, or maybe you
like what I think about closing partnership with friends.
Yes, Ryan is one of the
Yeah.
biggest partners of ESN, which maybe helps to promote ESN cards, but is against the closest ESN. You as a future possible closest manager, what do you think
Yeah.
of closing this partnership?
I think it's the right way if we have something, you know, extra how to say it, how to change it, you know?
Not sure.
No, okay. Yeah. So for now, I don't know exactly the situation on the international level. Sorry, but from my side, it's a right way, of course.
Okay. And the next question is Pavel. And please, Jirka, be brief with your answers, and you try to be brief with your question as well, because we are behind.
Okay, so I have a question regarding the amount of alcohol in the party, because from my point of view, I was also at Erasmus, and most of the parties for Erasmus guys are about loud music and alcohol. Like, I don't think that we should be like their mom who's taking care of them, because if they are grown people, they should be responsible for the amount of alcohol we are doing. Like, I'm not saying that, for example, as you propose, for example, in front party, that we will be make some, I don't know, nose on their like armbands, but still, like, I feel that then they would probably start like skipping some of our events because of this. So what do you think about this? Like, how do you solve this? Because I would say that your solution, like less alcohol, more responsibility, would be against the Erasmus guys.
Okay, but when it comes to our events, we are responsible for the events. So it's up to us how we will manage it. And after, let's say, most of them, there is after party, and they can, let's say, finish it there. Okay?
Yeah, but then no one will come to the event, they will come to the after party.
I don't think so. Like, I cannot see the future, but I don't think it's about to drink alcohol, because if it is about drinking alcohol, they don't need to get to our event. Why?
It's not only, but it's the part of it. Like, I'm just telling you from the point of view.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Okay, but I don't think so.
Maybe we can make the question around the discussion. Just ask the question and answer the question from the side of the candidate, and let's continue.
Okay, and my question have been covered. So thank you, Jirka. Please give a hand to Jirka for his presentation. And now I would like to ask Tomáš Opletal to show us his presentation and for the candidacy of the position events manager. So please give a hand to Tomáš. Tomáš, give me an eye contact when you want to change the slide. And when we will have 1 minute left, I will show you like this. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so you can begin.
So, dear members, dear alumni, and dear members of other section, my name is Tomáš Opletal, and I'm candidating at the position of event manager. Okay. Yeah. Okay. My journey started at the ESN at the November 2021. I joined this club, and I just joined this club. And from that point, I was getting more and more experience. And then I was commissioned to be at the very important position of knowledge manager. At this position, I get a lot of I would say information how it looks like our section from the inside. So I see what the members, what the board of our section is doing, and so on. Then for me was waiting my first welcome week, where I just had a lot of fun, And at this moment, I just want to be more participating at our ESN Fakulta section. So I decided to organize some events. First event was the 2 Moravian cars, where I have one like open, where I get to realization that Erasmus guys are like sometimes like little child. So they just do kind of silly things, but I don't mean it like in the bad way. It's just they are just having fun, so it's nice. There you can see one of the guy who just take his sticks to the tram and to his dorms and yeah. Okay, then I organized guitar jam and is it possible to play it?
I don't know if the sound will be
Okay, so you can hear. Yeah, you can imagine the sound.
Okay, we see people having fun.
Yeah, that's the point of it. So yeah, I organized this one even because I love just like evenings with the guitar, singing, and maybe one beer and yeah. And the last one was the last one trip I organized was trip to the Pálava. And yeah, now you can play it. If you have no idea what they are doing, I will just show you later. Just watch it. Okay, you can go to the next slide. And this is the result of the action of these guys. So yeah, this was my trips which I organized. I think a lot of them was just fun. I have a lot of fun, and yeah, you can go next. Now, something about goals. Of course, there should be continuing cooperation with other ESN sections. So we are cooperating with Masaryk, or like Muni and Mendelu ESN section for the parties like turn party, boat party, and the sport tournament. So I think that these 3 events definitely should be continuing. So yeah. Then there also of course should be cooperation with the guys, with the members of our section, because they can be like OCs for our events, so we can organize more events. And, yeah. And of course there should be, or I want to be continuing making events for the Erasmus guys, because I think that the last event manager did a great job, so I want to be continuing this job. And of course I don't want only like give something, I want to get something, so I want to have experiences, I want to be like more responsible, more organized, and yeah, these kind of skills I want to get. And of course I want to get some memories, so when I will be like grandpa and just sitting with beer in my hand, I just want to remember about this period of my studies with a smile on my face. So yeah, that's the all goals for them. And as a conclusion, yeah, this is also one photo from one party. Okay, as a conclusion, I just want to be continuing this events. So yeah, that's why I'm candidating for the event manager, and that's now all from me. So I think that some of you have some questions, so get it.
Thank you very much, Tomáš. I am opening the question round for Tomáš, so please raise your hand if you have a question on him. Okay, Kaya, Marianka, Maťo. Then I think Hanka was next, right? Or Martin. Okay, Martin, Hanka. And then Jirka Kreisinger, Joško, and someone else.
can start your question.
I just want to ask, in your opinion, what's the best thing ESM gave you?
I think a lot of memories and friends. So yeah, it's the short answer, but yeah, it's fun.
Okay, and from your position of knowledge manager?
Yeah, I think that I just get information about the board, what is doing, and like yeah.
Thank you. Next one was Marco.
Yes. Thank you for the presentation. First of all, now after the presentation, after this candidacy, would you say about yourself you took this whole process serious enough? Are you satisfied with your presentation, your candidacy, and right now?
Like if I could do more,
If you are satisfied or you would do better?
I think answering the questions yesterday I could do better, but the rest I'm proud of what I did.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Sorry, I have more questions.
Okay, so we will give two questions now and
Okay,
two questions
okay.
later.
So the second question, did you ask enough questions about the agenda of events manager before you decide to go for the candidacy to events manager?
Like last event manager,
Yeah,
if I
last
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I don't think so that I asked like a lot of question about this.
Okay, maybe can I follow? Okay.
Yeah.
And follow-up question, why don't you ask more questions about this?
Like because I think it's better just to ask like what to do when the time will pass, like or how to say it. Like when I will have actually I don't have so much question now because I will see what in the future when I will be at the board potentially, and then I think that I will have kind of questions.
Okay.
Thank you. Next one was Bartner Václavík.
Any specific type of events you would like to have, maybe also periodically, like every other weekend there should be a trip or...
Yeah, I think definitely there should be trips because I think usually Erasmus guys like it, and so this one definitely will be. I was thinking about I think Moravian Karst. This year Moravian Karst we did one trip and it was completely full, so we have to do another one. So for example this one, and just these kind of trips definitely. And then I want to do like evenings events. So for example like karaoke, I think karaoke with Muni was very good, or guitar jam, or just some kind of bowling, and this kind of I think small events, but they are also nice. So yeah. And something else, okay.
Okay, I have to apologize to Marianka. I just written MA and I thought it's Martin, but it was Marianka.
It's okay, can I have 3 questions?
Okay. Okay, because of my mistake you have 3 questions.
Okay, 3 questions. So the first one is there something that you would like to continue doing or change regarding Joe? So
I think regarding Joe, I think that I just want to continue his job, but maybe I would like to try one, like I would say weekend trip. So just trip for the maybe 2 or 3 days. I would like to try it. And that's all. Yeah.
Then also with responsible party concept.
Yeah.
So Jirka can have some ideas, however the events are yours at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I would like to ask you, how do you plan on cooperating with him regarding incorporating responsible party things into your big events?
Yeah. I think like it's great idea, just bring there more water. That's definitely I agree with your cup. Yeah, this one definitely I agree, but I don't know exactly answer now because I think that we will talk about this in the future. Yeah.
Then my last question, do you have some ideas, some innovative ideas about events or something that can be done better in Brno United events, at big events or smaller events, or do you maybe
example, that karaoke was great. I enjoyed, so this one definitely. I would also do it like with maybe Mendo, if we agree with people from Mendo. Yeah. And okay, and I don't know what else, like at this moment.
Okay, next one was Hanka.
Thanks for your presentation, and I wanted to ask your regular week as sales manager, or like with the calendar,
Yeah.
like you have Monday meetings, Tuesday usually it was Podnikatelská and party.
Yeah.
How do you imagine your regular week for Erasmus students? How many events do you want to have, and like how wanna you cooperate on that cost manager?
Yeah. I think that I would have, like from the beginning of the semester, I would like to have more of them. Because what I saw that the people was going to this event more at the beginning of the semester, not more at the end. I think that it wasn't so successful, that there was just maybe tired or so yeah, definitely I can imagine 2 events per week, and maybe at the end of the semester like maybe 1.
Okay, and you pattern with Podnikatelská and
Yeah, of course,
this
like
and
yeah,
one
this
other.
of course.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, next question was from Jirka Kreisinger.
Okay, I have 2 questions. One is, you mentioned that you would like to bring the weekend trips, and
Yeah.
one that I just mentioned was Český Krumlov.
Yeah.
But we had this trip in the past, and we struggled to fill the bus like maybe 50% of the time. Did you read the reports, and do you have like some proposal how to change it so we don't have to cancel the event and take the losses from it? How to motivate the Alumni for the trip?
Yeah, I didn't read it. That like, yeah, how it's called? That report from the
things.
yeah.
that we were doing.
I didn't read it, but I think that it could work if there will be maybe 20 people, like not so big group, because I think if there is not so big group, it's not so problem to make this kind of events. But that's what I think. Maybe it will be different.
Yeah, okay. So just to read those results and like learn from the mistakes we've done in the past.
Yeah. Okay.
And the second thing is, like compared to Joe, like if you have the event that you plan to do, but you don't have enough OCs to do or OCs at all, would you step and do it yourself, or would you skip the event completely?
Yeah, I can imagine if it will be some trip, I will do it by myself. It's no problem.
Do you think you will have the time like to jump every time you don't have the
No every time, no every time. Like, of course, no every time, but if there once will be no OC, I think that I can handle it somehow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, and we have last minute, so I will ask you for more questions, and then I will propose to close the speaker in this list. So who else has a question?
Myśmy zapsaną przedtem.
Okay,
Now
thank you.
you're there. Okay, 2 questions. Somebody else? Then I propose to close the speakers list. Is anybody against? Okay, we are closing the speakers list, but we still have 4 people for questions. So please be brief with your questions, and you must be brief with your answers. Try to limit them as much as possible. And this question is from Joshko. Karl, nice. Then we have Maťo and his 2 questions, remaining questions.
Okay, quick question. First, you will need presentation skills as salt to sell the events to our members, to go for them, and to sell the events to the international students to apply for them. So, rate your or evaluate your presentation skills from 1 to 5 and explain why.
Like 1 is the best, and 5
1 is
is
the
the
best. So 1 is the best.
I would say 2, because I think that I can just stand there and speak about something. So it's, I think for me, very plus, the big plus. And yeah, I would say 2.
Okay, thank you. And the second question is longer. Why not just to be a member? Why did you decide to go for board? You can enjoy everything else from ESN as a member too, and you decided to have more responsibility and go for the board. Why?
Yeah. Like I was thinking about this. I think that I also don't want only like getting something from the ESN, but I want to give something. And as a member, I think that I was getting much more than I was giving. So now it's time to give more than getting. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. And the next question is from Marianka, and then from Ali.
I have a question. Can you name 7 events that ESLBUT organizes, even in the cooperation with Brno or someone?
Just our events.
7.
I think that we did bowling, we did Walter Beverzy, which was cancelled, but we want to do it, I think. Was it cancelled or not? Was it? Okay, so yeah. Then, okay, I did the guitar jam, I did trip to the Pálava, trip to the Moravský Cross, we did trip to the Olomouc, we did trip to the Znojmo,
And maybe different types of events?
What?
Different types of events?
Different types. Okay, we did Dinner in the Dark. It's like more from the causes, but yeah, we did it. We did like, there was food from the others countries, but I don't know how this event was called. International dinner. Yeah, it's not so hard.
Okay. And the second one?
Okay.
Then there is Vali.
Okay, so I have 2 questions. First is, what do you think is the biggest obstacle for you for making an event? Like, what do you think you will struggle the most with?
I think the most, like for me personally, when I did these 3 events, so what for me was the biggest obstacle?
Yeah, like in general, what do you think? Maybe in the future it doesn't have to be like
Yeah, okay. I think that for a lot of people it's just time, so because they have to do some different things. It can be time, I think, the most obstacle.
So the second question is about the time a little bit. In ESN we have a lot of coordinators who are taking care of the events, so
Yeah.
I don't have to do all of them. So do you have any plan how to delegate, or do you want to delegate the events to others? And do you think it will be good that we leave them to make the events?
Like for members of our section, just leading. I think that I would try the same as Joe, because he usually asks at the meeting that we are doing this event and we are searching for OCs. If nobody was interested, he just asked directly someone, and yeah, I think that's the best option for this, and I will continue in this.
Thank you. That was the last question, so please give a hand to Tomáš. And what's next is coffee break, but because we are a bit delayed, I propose to make it shorter for 7 minutes instead of 10. So we will meet here again at 6:35. Please be on time. Thank you very much. Please welcome now Michal to show us his presentation for the candidacy for the HR. Give him a hand.
Okay, hi. This is my application for the position of the HR of our section. And my name is Michal Oleksa.
Okay, now something about me. I'm studying on FSC. I'm studying mechanical engineering. I like meeting new people, and I also like doing some sports and good food. And my record with my bicycle is 140 kilometers in 1 day. So me and ESN, in the beginning
I was trying to find some way how I can communicate with Erasmus students because I was meeting them in public transportation, so I wanted just to communicate with them. So that's the way I found the ESN. Then I wanted to be a buddy because I didn't know how much time I will have, how much time I would like to invest into the organization. So I became a buddy, but later when I just wanted to participate on more events, I found out that to know where the events will be or when it take place, it's good idea to visit meetings. So that's the way I became an active member. Please next. Me as a board member, I would like to be in a core team because I would like to improve some things and also make some bigger decisions and take some more responsibility. Next, I would like to make some team buildings and workshops for our members and also for our board members. And next, please. I was on NA in Brno before 2 weeks, and I also joined the HR community, so I'm very proud of it. I can be a member. So why the HR? As I mentioned, I like meeting new people, and I also like observing their skills, and I think that's a good. That's good. And I would also like to make the atmosphere in our section better. So my goals. First, I would like to improve our promotion because I think we have to be seen. So I would like to ask our university or ask all universities to get some permission to put the posters of ESN to halls of our university, because when I was asking my friends, do you know what is ESN? And he was like, no. So I would like to make like this, and also I would like to make some new appearance of our stall or better appearance of our stall in the events. Next. So I also would like to recruit more members because I mentioned it on Facebook, question out how many members, and yeah, that's also my goal because I think we have not enough members. Next, please. And when we get new members, we have to show them how the ESN looks like and what they can gain. So some soft skills, some friends, and some new opportunities. Next, please. I would like to stay to keep the connection, so to be in touch with them. And next, and I think all of this can make our team stronger, and we can have a better section, stronger section. So these are my goals, and next, thank you for your attention, and that's all.
Thank you, Michal. I am opening the question round, so raise your hand if you have questions for Michal. And first I see Joško, then I see Kaya. Please keep your hands up. Then I see Mirka. Who was next? Martin? Anka? Then Marianka. Then Valin, then Macho and Zuzka. Is the order correct? And Daniel. Is the order correct? Okay. Somebody who has speak? No. So Joško can begin with this question.
First of all, thank you for this presentation. I have two questions I would like to ask you. Some people, Martin or commercial, who introduced this small
Other.
had an idea. There was some idea in national level about some concept of ESN members exchange. So members could change, go for an exchange to other section and share their know-how. They would take care of accommodation, stuff like that. Have you heard about this? What do you think about this idea?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear about this before. So, but it sounds interesting. So, thanks for the point. We can discuss it later because I'm sorry, I just didn't.
Okay, so the second question is, you mentioned that we like to improve sections representation at events like finals. What would you do differently?
First, I would like to make a big headline like ESN because like people from the far distance, from the long distances, they have to see there's the art stall, like big headline and some banners on the sides. And then when we come here, just you have to have some nice, clean table with some I don't know the English word, Bruce. Okay, the Bruce, and then there we have to have some interesting activities you would like to join. So yeah, this is something I would like to make.
Thank you. Next one was Kata.
I want to ask about workshops. Do you have any specific workshops in mind?
Yes. And which one? Okay. I was on very interesting workshop on Alumni. I mentioned it on Facebook, but I will repeat again because it was very nice workshop about communication, and I think it's very important. So yes, this will be like the workshop I would like to make. For example.
Thank you. Next one on the list is Jessica Kreisinger.
I have a question. Usually during the summer, our section struggles because there are no Erasmus students and most of the people go back to their homes. Do you plan to do any, like, first of all, will you stay in Brno during the summer? And second of all, do you plan to do any activities like the team building during the summer? And if yes, which ones and how many?
Okay, can we take it again and just answer the parts? Okay.
Sure.
So the first question was about
If you will stay in the Brno during the summer.
Yes, I will.
And if you will organize the workshops during the summer for our members, because there's the time you will struggle. Because the Erasmus students can usually be ESN is quote unquote dead at this time. So
Yes.
what will you do to change this, and how many events and what events will you do?
I will have to ask our members how many of them will stay in Brno first, and what they would like to do. For example, I think some sports will be good idea. Yeah, I was not. I'm not planning now. I'm just getting ideas and just. So good point.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next one is Hanka, and please, Michal, keep your answers with
I propose the idea and like we will talk about it. But like the current state of your agenda, if like you're afraid of something.
I don't know. I think I'm not afraid of anything.
Okay, so you're confident. Okay.
Thank you. Next question is from Martin Gazlavi.
So usually like with new members, the biggest problem is for them to get them somehow inside the DSM bubble, because they come to the meeting and there are a lot of people talking to each other and they are friends and it's awesome, but they can feel like free on the side. So how would you take them into the bubble?
Yes, that's a good question. I was thinking about it, and I was also discussing with other people from HR community about this, and I think we should, for example, invite them first for some event. They can meet some our members and make some friends. Like I know the guy, I was talking with him, and now you know at least one for two members from our section and from the section, and you don't feel alone in meeting. But if there will some new members in meetings, I would like to chat with them, to be with them, just to make them feel like they are in the right place.
Thank you. We have last 3 minutes, so I propose to close the speakers list unless somebody else has a question. Hanka, and I have also a question. And after that, I propose to close the speakers list. Is anybody against? No. Okay, so now we proceed with Mariana.
Okay, so I have asked about this in the tutorial. However, I would still like to ask you about the links in Brno United. So you're saying that, for example, quiz night was really nice, but are you ready to organize it? And yeah, so and also we are kind of working on that a bit more now. We want to connect members from all our sections together, so maybe we have some ideas how to, yeah, what to do. And are you ready to organize something like that?
Okay. So the first question was about.
Are you ready to organize something in the link? So to organize an event.
Yes.
And do you have some ideas how to or what new to do?
For the meeting for members from sections to not agree. No, not now. So not now.
Okay.
But I'm collecting ideas, and I think we will make something.
And then I would like to ask about your engagement on national level, because you were mentioning Nixon, and you seemed quite impressed by it. So do you plan to be more involved in national communities?
And that's also a good question. Till now, I was just listening the other HR people, and maybe I was doing some notes from the meetings, but I had not many experience from the position, so I think I will be more active the longer I will stay on this position. So I hope I also will give my ideas to them, not just getting the ideas from them.
Okay, thank you. And because we are running out of time, I would like to propose people who are asking questions, you will ask for the ideas, and Michal has no idea, let's not make you the discussion, so let's just end up by the question no. Okay? For both people who are asking and for Michal. So next one is Vali.
Okay, I'm working at the national level. I was really glad that you joined the events and HR community club, but I feel like it's a lot focused on events agenda. So what would you prefer to discuss around the HR agenda? did you miss in there?
You are talking about the meeting we had on Sunday.
Yes.
Because I had to prepare for my school. I was just on the first third. It was about some experience from the past years. What are the Erasmus students interested in? So now I forget the question.
Like,
Sorry.
I think it's for a bigger discussion, but like what HR knowledge do you want to gain from them, like from the call, because it's really focused on events.
What we can gain?
Yeah, what do you want to
Gain.
get from it?
Yeah, the ideas. The ideas, for example, how to impress more people. How to find some interesting people for some workshops. How to make a good workshop. Each time I'm very curious about their problem they are struggling with because they are very similar to our problems. So if we will share the knowledge, I think we will work more efficient, and we will just solve it and yes.
Thank you. Next one is Matthew. I maybe just to between something pragmatic, like melancholy, where would you place yourself, and maybe if you can explain on the situation, on how you can handle the stressful situation, explain on whatever situation.
Okay. So the first was just to put me between melancholic and.
Yeah, and explain on the exact situation, specific situation.
But between melancholic and.
Melancholic is something, you know.
Yeah, okay. These four guys.
Yes.
Okay. I think I'm mostly the sanguinic. I just think it, and what was next? Sorry.
If you can explain why do you think so on the specific situation, stressful situation, how would you behave in a specific stressful situation?
Where I am the sanguine, where I am the choleric, where I am the melancholic, like this.
Why?
Why I think I am sanguine?
Yes, I mean describe the specific situation.
Specific situation. I think mostly I'm in a good mood and ready to talk about everything and.
Okay, you have hard exam in school. You have to study about somebody bothering you all the time. How would you behave, and why would you say that this is a behavior of something? You understand the question now?
No, yes. When someone is writing to me when I have to prepare for some exam, I just say I'm preparing for my exam. Now I don't have time to answer to you, so I don't get your question. It's very.
Sorry, I propose to move to the next question. Okay, yes, I'm moving to the next question.
You can discuss it later.
Yes, I will later.
I'm curious about what is it like.
It may happen that there will be a woman in the head of ESN beauty Brno. How can you cooperate with a woman who is in the position which is above yours, like you are under
I know what you're thinking about.
like if you have not just
No, I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem to have a like a woman on the to be my chef. Yes, am I boss?
yes, yeah, you're a boss.
Yes. I have no problem with this.
Okay, thank you. And the next question is from Lucia.
Michelle, you mentioned during your presentation that you want to organize team buildings for board members, but board members have usually
will be on board and when they will have time. So I would like to make them during the vacation, because I think we should prepare for the next semester. I mean, we should to know each other better. So some team building during the vacation would be a good idea. And during semester, yeah, I was thinking about the vacation primarily. So yes, if you are satisfied, no. The same.
I'm just thinking about if it's enough.
It's enough.
If it's enough.
Is it enough to make?
Just during the vacation.
We will see how if we are able to make it during vacation. But I think we can do it like during the week. We can we can make some. We can make some. Yes. We can make some during semester, of course. Of course.
Okay, let's continue with the next question from Daniel.
I want to ask, because we want to recruit new members for the ESN. So I want to ask you, what do you think the ESN has to offer for the students at the university?
To offer what they gain.
Yeah, what they can gain from the ESN.
I think first friends, like friends with the same. If you enjoy the ESN, you are maybe thinking about the Erasmus, and also I think we can offer to improve our soft skills. I think you, on my faculty, I think we are not improving this. So I think soft skills we can offer, of course, and also some workshops we can join.
Okay, thank you. We have to move on. So the next question is from our future single woman on the top of the hierarchy, Anka.
Okay. Just a quick question. You were talking about new members, like you want to more new members. Do you prefer quality or quantity?
I prefer more quality people.
You can't do both.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I have to add, I think we have quality people, but we need to be more. We have to have more members.
And what's your ideal number?
Of how many active members?
Yeah.
45?
What?
45?
Okay.
Okay, and the last question is from me. And the question is if you are aware of the fact that sometimes situations occur when the people who are supposed to represent our section are not responsible towards this. For example, when somebody didn't attend the NA, they were supposed to attend it, or attended just parties and didn't attend the plenaries. And I'm asking if you are aware of this situation and how do you possibly plan to handle them. And if you don't have any idea, just say I don't have idea and you can change it.
Yes, that's a good question. I'm aware of it. I was thinking about this, and also I was discussing with my friends, like from the ESN or from the alumni, and how I will handle it. I would like to just ask the people why they are not participating, and just to ask them why they are doing this, and just to solve it in this way.
Okay, thank you. And I'm closing the question round for Michal. Thank you for your presentation. Please do it again. What follows now is a 5-minute break again. So we will meet again here at 7.
first year of my master's degree, and my current, or like my last position was courses manager. And yeah, I'm member from 2019. So yeah, I enjoyed lots of fun with ESN, and I have like very long history. But I want to highlight only some of I attended, and it was for me na Brno dobrý, which was like totally awesome. And while I was vice head of OC and the head of catering team. Yeah, and my goals I would like to focus on during my mandate. Okay, because I'm here for a quite long time, I know that members, active members are our power. Because without active members, we would be nothing. So I want to find new members, but also motivate the current members, because sometimes it's very hard to find new event leaders and to motivate them. So I want to motivate them. I also want to adjust working groups, because we started this project this semester, and like it was successful in some parts, in some not. So I want to continue it and like try to get it better. Then find enough coordinators, because we the board members have have lots of work, so I want to divide the work. And yeah, for active members, I think main motivation is also team buildings for active members, so I want to continue with that, and also with BU, because I think this cooperation is good, and I think it should be good also in the future. So I want to provide it and like present for new members. Then I also want to focus on workshops and self-development of the members. Okay, and I have also another goal, so Erasmus students, we can't forget them. I want to keep the wide range of activities, trips around Czech Republic, and I want also try to recover Christmas dinner, the bigger Christmas dinner which we had. And yeah, only one word, but yeah, I want to promote events in advance, and that's it. And we are not the only section in Czech Republic. There's so many sections, so we are not alone. So I want to our members involve international level of Czech Republic. I want to send them to NA's newbies event. I want to motivate them, ask them, and send. If they are motivated, they can go. I think last NA showed us we have so many members who are interested in this level. And yeah, I was talking about it before. I want to ensure cooperation within BU for upcoming years. Yeah, and university, our dear university, I want to maintain their trust and support. And I also want to attend meetings with other students' associations, because it's very useful to know people from other clubs at BUT, not only in ESN but also at BUT, and to attend their events, because we have to raise awareness about our section, that we are here, that there's something like ESN. And last but not least, board members. I think it's very important to keep a calm and peaceful atmosphere in board. So I would like to divide the responsibilities and find enough coordinators and prevent burnout of our members. Yeah, and that's it. So thank you for your attention.
So I'm opening the question round for Hanka, and please keep in mind we have a time schedule, so try to not engage into the long discussions. Try to put more simple questions for simple answers, okay? And if this answer to question is no, say just no, and we can proceed. So right now you can raise your hand if you have a question. I see Kaya, then Malin was the second, then Mirka, then Macho.
I have actually 4
during the discussion. Okay, you can ask.
I want to ask you, how do you plan to motivate members to be more active or to be even leaders? I think team buildings do most of the work, but also when we are like a group of friends, I think it's motivating themselves. Like when I see like my friend need help, I will help him. So I think it's motivating. I think it's for me.
Thank you. Next one.
I wanted to ask you, I really like that you mentioned that you want to prevent burnout for the board members and for the members in general. So how do you want to do that?
I think I will do it mostly with working groups because I was the leader of Erasmus in Schools project, and I think like my event leader and my colleagues helped me very much with this event, so it wasn't so many stress, so many for me. So I think it's it helped me a lot. And also coordinators. I think like if we will have lots of coordinators, I think it will mostly prevent it. And also I think like the good atmosphere and like team buildings with board members will also help.
Thank you. Next one, podnikatelská.
Yeah. In your candidacy, most of the things you want to do is the part of the agenda with other board members, and which is normal because as a president you don't do your post yourself, but mostly you try to motivate your board members. And my question is, how do you want to persuade your board members to do your visions? Because you have been in the board and you have seen that how much you try to persuade you to do his visions. So how would you persuade the board members to do your visions? Do they have different visions? And if you compare it to how much what do you do differently to conduct to make the board members do your visions?
I think lots of things we have in common. I know there's like it will be discussion if who will be the leader of general meetings, but it's up to discussion. And the other things I think we have lots of in common, but I think it's always on discussion. I don't want to I have some vision, but someone tell me it's wrong, then I will to discuss it with him, and like if I see it's wrong, then I don't want it, because I can have one vision and it's from my side and like it could be wrong. Sometimes yes. So I think for me it's about discussion, but if there will be something I really want to keep, then I will I hope it won't be. But yeah, I think it will be I think we have most things in common.
Okay, thank you.
Next one is Marco, and it's for questions.
Yes. I'll make it.
Okay, Macho, we'll have two questions, and then we'll go Marianka.
I will make it free so I can do it.
Okay.
Okay, so imagine the situation board members are doing their agendas, are fulfilling their agendas properly. How to motivate them to do these agendas, and at the same time, how to give them the feedback that listen, you are not doing what are you supposed to do according to your position. How to do it?
The feedback.
Yes.
If there will be this situation, I will personally talk with the member of which we are talking about, and tell him it's not right to put pressure on other board members. We are team and we are in this together, and we have to cooperate like this. And I hope he will realize to work more. But I understand there's some situations when someone can't be at maximum %. So I will understand it, but he need to tell me, and like I will try to divide the work and like within the possibilities of other members of myself.
Okay, thank you. Second question, you made a lot of progress since I knew you in 1990. I told you many times, but what do you say? How do you plan to have a relationship with newbies when somebody joins ESN? Do you plan to talk with them even though it's not so comfortable maybe with you, or how do you plan to communicate with newbies after they join? And if you think even if it's important.
Yeah, definitely it's important. And I think in last weeks I made like really big progress. And I was also at Záškolovák and also other events. I didn't had like fear with talking to new people. Yeah, I've got like I have my limits, but I think my position of president, I think it will boost me up, and I think I will be like more confident. So I think it won't be a problem.
Definitely. And the first question is, what like president is a legal representative of the section and supposed to visit all the national events. What do you think of current number of national events, and counting also with president, vice president meeting and all national assemblies and all meetups and these kind of things? What do you think of this concept?
Like for me, I know it will be like very much of the events, because so I will like meet vice president and we will like switch on the events. For me, it's personally it's like enough, like more than enough. But I know people who are like who manage them all. So, but yeah, I think it's for me it's more than enough.
Then what's from Matron? Next one is Marianka, after her is Philip. And is there somebody else who has a question? Then I propose to close the speakers list. Is somebody against? Okay, I'm closing the speakers list, and Marianka can ask.
So my last three questions, okay? So my first one is about public speaking. So I know that it's not your comfortable area, let's say. So how do you feel about it? As potential president, you have to represent lots of times to Erasmus students at lots of events. You have to present and represent. Yes, I'm in your case. So how do you feel about public speaking that often?
To be honest, it was one of my biggest fears to candidate for the president, but I think it will be like I will manage it, because also I'm probably going for my PhD degree, and like I'm going for conferences from now on very often. So I think like it will like for the first time it won't be like good, but I think with the practice I will be better and better.
The other one is about regulated corporations. So do you see an area or there is bigger room for improvement regarding our corporation?
Like as I was saying in the questionnaire, I think the bigger improvement can be with our new members, because the cooperation is about people, and like if we will if you Hurti and the other people will like leave ESN, I think the cooperation will be like on very much less level. So I think we need to like go on team buildings even with the new members, join boom meetings with new members, and like to make friendships, and then it will be continued, and that's in my point of view, the room for improvement.
Thank you. And the last one is, so potentially you will have a board full of new members who haven't been on board before. So where do you see, or what are you most scared about this situation when like you're the only one who knows everything?
passionate about their work, then it won't be a problem. I will tell them the history or something like that, and then it won't be a problem. But if they are not motivated and if they are not passionate about it, then it can be a problem, and I think then I would be scared, really scared.
Thank you. And the last question is from Philip.
So first of all, thank you for your presentation. And I would like to ask, how far do you say that you are in choosing your vice president? You are certain that
I don't know if he or she say yes, but if yes, then I have like 90%.
Okay, thank you. I am closing the question round for Hanka. Please give her a hand for her presentation. Right now is the promised coffee break. As it's now 7:20, we will see each other here 7:25.
Ale spíš, co by si to všimli mezi náma, prostě všichni Ale ještě to nejsou všichni.
Please everybody take your seat and we will continue. The last presentation of today will have Philip, then we will have discussion with all the candidates, and then we will go to the main part, the part where we are all here for the voting. So without any further ado, please welcome Philip on the stage.
So, hi everyone, my name is Philip and I'm candidating to the position of treasurer ESM Brno, which is the same position I've been doing during the last mandate, or mandate to the last board. And something about me, I'm a 21-year-old information security student here at Fakulta of Electrotechnical Engineering and Communications. I do not actually live in Brno, so I have to go here every day, so it may be limits what I can do here, but as for the treasure agenda, I quite managed to do most of the work like online. And about me, yeah, I'm also a member of Sokol. This photo is actually from this Sunday when I've been in Sokol uniform at Sokol Academy. And this connection kinda helped me a bit because I got insight into other non-profit organizations and how they work and how they operate. So I got inspired in some parts of what I did in the ESM for. Me and ESM. So I'm a member since September 2021. Yeah, I'm not here for a long time yet. And I'm a treasurer since extraordinary General Assembly since November 2021. And me as a member, I try to be here as a member and not only just as a board member. So I attend and I help with organizing events. Here you get a photo of me from Erasmus Cup, and the bottom one is from the boat party. About what I've achieved and what I've organized. Here are the two biggest events I organized from this semester, and that would be for me trip to Alumni and bowling time. Here we have a photo from the bowling time, which quite inspired here the thought of implementing bowling into our events, as I see. And also I did some Panda Point upgrades. So here's me and Joe transporting this through Brno. We bought for the Panda Point. It was quite interesting experience to go with it through Brno and through Brno. Yeah. And this is example of new furniture we got there. If you're gonna go for the after party, you can check the place out. The plenty of stuff is there. It got quite improved. And as for what I didn't achieve, that's a precious memory. I didn't actually steal the ladybug of Wish, and I think I should have at that point. Like, I got a nice picture of it not being guarded by anyone. I should have taken it and should have asked for a favor from them. Oh, next please. Yeah. this part is representing, let's say, the future, the goals that I plan to. So there are no photos because those things didn't happen yet. And for me, my goals for my second mandate would be to more work with the PFJ community, because I kind of like the idea that we are sharing our knowledge about our positions and usually the legal stuff and the financial stuff there. So it quite helped me also to get more into what I'm supposed to do and how I'm supposed to do the stuff. And I felt great for being able to advise others how I solve problems they are asking for, or asking, sorry, they are asking about. And other thing I would like to tackle would be the representation, because I think I personally didn't represent DSM much as a board member, that I should be, let's say, more visible, to be at more, let's say, recruiting events or events with members, possibly, or I think I've been to events with members. Yeah, but I should more focus on, let's say, recruiting, or also going for NAs. And I've been to actually good ways, and now to Brno building, yeah. And like the last one would be, yeah, bringing it back the big trips, which I've discussed with the candidates, that we would like to, for our mandate, try to bring back, for example, Český Krumlov, or trip that is just like that. Since financially after COVID, I would say we've recovered, so we can afford like do this risk of organizing such event. Yeah, me and my point of view at investments we can do. So in my mind, I, let's say, build a deck of possible investments we can do. For example, on top of the deck right now, because I already, well, we see what is the importance and how ask for it. This would be currently buying new Panda suite, because that's what the current board already agreed together. That and I also talked with the possible future President Hanka, since he is also in the current board, that we would like to have new Panda suite for the yeah, for Bohumín, for representation, since the ones, I think, quite old, yeah. And there are like other plans, like some plans in Panda Plan and stuff like that. So when I check the finances and find there is like, let's say, spare money to which is not supposed to go into reserves and which is not part of the budget, I decide to look into this deck of ideas, also ask for a new idea, and decide to draw from top what's like the most important for now. That would be all from me.
Thank you, Philip. I am opening the question round for Philip, and you can raise your hands. Macho, Jirka, Joško. Okay, Macho, you can ask.
Yeah, I have actually 3 questions. Thank you for the presentation, first of all. And the first question is, there's some story behind you in this position, which is great because I can ask you that. The question is, were you, in your point of view, in your opinion, were you always responsible in making your decisions on what to spend on, or like in investments in general? Were you always responsible?
Yeah.
Towards the financial?
I took it in a way that every, let's say, board member who has part of their agenda funded by the agreed budget is, let's say, responsible for the spending the part of the budget. So if they ask for the money for the certain part of the agreed budget and the budget isn't used for that yet, if there is budget, I give them to to, let's say, fulfill the purpose they have in the agreed budget. Yeah. And if there is an investment outside of the budget proposed, I would speak to other members and decide whether we want to, let's say, buy the Panda suite or something like that, or the furniture maybe.
But I was asking in the past.
In the past. Like, yeah, I would say I operate like that.
You are okay like that? Sorry, I didn't hear.
I would say I operated like that. Like there is part of improving Panda Point. So yeah, if you are asking that, I didn't ask about some, let's say, table purchase. So if the table purchase was within the budget for improving Panda Point, I felt like I'm free to do so. Let's say.
Okay, thank you. The second question is kind of funny. What do you say about yourself? Would you call yourself as a stopper? Like you always make your mind?
Ooh, that's a tricky one. Because yeah, I try to like find the most logical arguments to support my ideas. And if I find, let's say, irresistible logical arguments, I feel I'm right, since I don't see the other point of view as logically correct if I get logical support only for my point of view. Yeah, but I can still accept that I make mistakes and I take blame for my mistakes. So I can still discuss about me not being right or changing my opinion.
Okay, thank you. And the last one is easy. You said you should be more visible and to be more representative in the presentation. The question is, what about your relationship with alumni? Do you plan to have a better relationship with them to find more contact?
Yeah.
Or is it like, I don't care, they're past?
I didn't really think about alumni. I started thinking about reaching out to new members, to just not go to the meeting and be like, I don't know these people, to, let's say, more know the new members. And about alumni, yeah, I would say I would like to know them, but depends on them if they want to like more cooperate with the ESN or just know who's in charge there. So I don't necessarily, let's say, require them. I don't want to bother them with like any requirements.
Thank you. Next question is from Mirka Krasinger.
Yeah, two questions. One is you tackled the big trips again. My question to you as a treasurer is, how do you want to prevent the money losses? Because with those big trips, you need to make reservations in advance for the hostels, for the buses, for whatever. And they sometimes want to pay some money in advance, like the guarantee money. And if we don't fulfill the trip, we are losing this money. So how do you want to prevent those losses on those big trips that are the main reason why we cancel those trips?
There's usually set a date, usually it's like a week ago, when you can cancel the reservation. I'm not sure how is it in this case, but I would approach such event that requires money paid before and having this, let's say, deadline for cancelling. Sorry, I would make sure that such event that has a deadline for cancelling possible would be promoted earlier and promoted to the Erasmus students, that we need to decide on whether the event is happening earlier. So they would sign up for the event not like a day before, but a week before at least, or more than a week before.
Okay, so then you would cancel the trip also in advance if you don't have enough people. Because most of the time, Erasmus students, they don't decide in advance, they decide like at the last moment, and this is the killing for those big trips.
I know they decide on the last moment. That's why I would promote it before and promote it with stating that we would want to know if they would go for the trip much earlier.
Okay, thank you. And my second question is, our treasurers usually struggle with finding their successors, and they have to do multiple terms, as those two could tell you, and you are to your second term. Did you already try to find a successor? And if not, do you have a plan for the next semester final successor, and how would you try to do it without doing another like 2 or 3 mandates of the treasury?
Yeah. When I like checked what I got in plan, I was like, yeah, within a month my mandate is ending. That's not gonna happen. I'm continuing. That's definitely. So I didn't feel about to end my mandate yet. That's why I'm candidating again. Let's say not respecting the idea of having just this mandate. So I wasn't actually looking for a substitute for me because I still didn't feel I was finished. I felt I still got plenty to give to the ESN. And about looking for a successor, that would be like the selling of the elephant. You have to promote it to the person in a lucrative way, yeah. And I will have to look into that during the next mandate.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, next question is from Joshko, and please keep in mind to keep it brief.
And so I have 1.5 questions. What would you say was your biggest achievement as treasurer, and what would you do differently?
What do I say as the biggest achievement? I would say it was like upgrading the Panda Point. There are like new curtains I have to sew. Yeah. There is like new furniture and stuff like that, so that was like the biggest tiring project because other stuff is just running the finances of ESN, so I wouldn't consider that a project or like let's say a success since it's just running stuff. Let it work or make it work.
What would you do differently from the beginning of the mandate?
What did I do different? I would have stolen the ladybug now, and for the position of treasurer, I feel that we could have allowed to spend more money during my mandate, but I couldn't have been sure of that in the time when the option was. So I'm ultimately okay with my decisions because at that time they were correct, and looking back I could have invested more in stuff we have, but I wouldn't have known that at the time.
The next question is similar to the first ones, because I agree with him about big trips. The reason why they ended was not the pandemic, but students' lack of interest for this trips, because at first sight it looks that they can do it cheaper and on their own. So even if you promote it better and sooner, you still have a high risk of not fulfilling or selling out the event. So do you already have any ideas how to make these trips more attractive so they are not sold out without isn't pumping money into these trips?
I would say the early promotion is like the only idea for promotion I get. Like still talk with Erasmus students that this is something they have to see, and that they won't have many opportunities to visit places such as, let's say, Český Krumlov, since not the main rail trace just directly lead there, so it's not easy to go there just by themselves. So making this trip an opportunity for them to visit places that won't be easy to visit by themselves.
And the last question, in your previous candidacy, you were not sure if it was a problem, but how did it go failing the task of hating people?
Sorry? Yeah, hating people. Yeah, some people are harder to deal with. Yeah. but I think I've like managed. I stuff it somewhere back and everything is fine.
So 1 minute to go.
Okay, before we continue, I propose to close the speakers list. Okay, we have one more question. Somebody else? Okay, then I again propose to close the speakers list. Who is against? Okay, we can continue with Martin Václavík. And after him will be Marian.
Sometimes there is some reason, either there is a grant or project finishing or something, so you have some extra money that you have to spend. How would you prevent spending money, not just to spend money?
I guess more planning in advance on what the money is supposed to go, and let's say during the time check on the money we spend to like increase the spending in that area, because I think you are referring to DSS, because they ask for the money back if we didn't use that, so we are kinda at the end forced to do some spending in order not to have to return them back. And this topic can be only solved with better organization, and maybe when you are finally forced to spend the money, better decide on what to spend it for, since not every time it has to be something not really useful. Even though you are forced to spend the money, you can still make a useful idea out of it.
Thank you. Next question is from Marian.
So, you're applied for a second mandate, but we all know that Treasurer's agenda is not that creative, and it seems like you would also like to be engaged in other ESN areas like organizing trips. So I would like to ask you, are there some other areas that you would like to be more engaged in?
Yeah, for me it would be generally trying to help the whole board work together. Like if anybody asks with help with their agenda, I'm like willing to help them. And if I would broaden my horizon in the ESM, I still think I'll organize some trips in the future as an active member. So for me it would be like being an active member and somebody who can help you with something, rather than just being the treasurer, since it's not really creative to be the treasurer. Also, my involvement in the DFCheck community could be a bit more creative, since Maruška asked me about like possibly being the national supporter for the DFCheck community, which is something I will still have to consider, because I'll be writing my bachelor thesis and stuff like that, so I don't know how much time I have left for such things.
Answer? Thank you. And last question.
Okay, so indeed there's no one elected for the positions of finance manager and national treasurer. Would you consider pushing national board to maintain EFC community?
Yeah, I would definitely push the national board to maintain the BFJ community, since I find it as one of the most beneficial MY-CM community, let's say, because the treasurers and partnership managers are faced with a lot of, let's say, laws, rules and finances that they can learn about, and it's, as Marianka said, not so creative, so you basically have to find the way how it works and not to create one, so you can share the knowledge. There are DFJ community and things, so it is important for the whole network.
Thank you very much. And I'm closing the question round for Philip, so please give him a hand for his presentation. Now I would like to ask
We have like half an hour.
Tak to bylo, ty. Nejlepší nakonec.
Please, delegates, or everybody who is delegate, and has delegated will come to sit here to the first row. Everybody else, please go to the back.
A vlastne máte tam písmo, že aj pre seba. Potom neviem, či na vás.
So if you are voting, please sit here to the first two rows. And if you are not voting, please go to the back. And delegated vote, please sit here and like 2 votes here.
Circling, please. Circle around, not cross,
don't rip it off or okay, and please fold it this way, okay? So you have paper folded like this. Amazing. So if you have already voted, please look at me, okay? Okay, so we can continue with voting on events manager, where candidate is Tomáš Opletal. So please, again, the same day, circle only one possibility, fold the paper, and give it to Valino.
Ale jakoby, to je asi o domluvě vaší.
Now we are voting for HR manager. Same day, we already know what to do. Amazing. Now you have the papers for the president, so you can again do the same thing we already learned how to do. Circle your vote. And the last voting for the position of treasurer is now in your hands. So wait for Vali to give her your vote. And after that, the votes will be counted. And the results will come out. You know that Okay, now, so we will count the votes. You have 5 minutes rest, so you can go to toilets or to get some water, and we will meet here in 5 minutes. I believe that you are excited.
Okay, please don't go anywhere. Because we are here, even though we were supposed to leave in half an hour. So let's just quickly count it and let's continue, okay?
Nechce ona vychádzať.
Which it has also applied to, so the possible answers were yes, no, and abstain. Okay, before announcing it, I just want to say that all votes were valid, and we have reached the quorum check, so everything is okay. And we can pursue with the results, which are... is new project manager of CSR Group.
Brno. The answers could be yes, no, or abstain. And the results are...
Jo.
zapomněla. Je to slovíčko. Ale
Next position was the president, and the question was, do you vote for Hanna Halova to be elected to the position of president of ESMBU Brno? And the answer is
Sorry, talking too much today. One big applause once again, please, for the new elected board. We will have a picture in front of them because we are delayed too much. But I have one last closing word, closing word. And thank you, candidates. Thank you very much. You did wonderful work throughout your candidacy. The question round this time was, tough. And we prepared also my question round, and wasn't easy at all. Thanks to Marcus. And I congratulate very much, and we'll be speaking about it. Today, even after, and we hope we can help you as the last previous board, we can help you to manage everything. We'll be waiting for you, and I'm so proud of you that you did it, and I'll be even prouder when you will be working as a team wonderfully in the future. So once again, please applause for the last time. But before that, we move to Panda Point, I would like to say something about the last board first, and I would like the new board, please, if you can give a last space for the last boards. And Kaya, Siska, and Joe, can you please join us here? And because the thing is, after 1 year, it wasn't the whole year for each of the members of this board, but it was a great work. I enjoyed this time very, very much, and I'm so proud of you all, guys, because we together did wonderful things. I think we, even at the end, even more, we had a wonderful team spirit. And I enjoyed it, everything, every minute. I was at the end hoping this will not end, because actually I was enjoying it very much, and talking to a meeting in Panda Point, even though even the amount of work we were supposed to do, even though you had it very, very tough with me, and I was very demanding. And it wasn't easy, but we, I think, were wonderful group of friends, and I would like to thank you for everything we did together, and I would like to everybody have a big applause for this board because they're amazing. And personally, I'm sorry, but for the future president, congratulations. This is for you, and also for other members, I prepared this small gift. This girls first, I'll thank you. Thank you for attending today. This was, I think, the last thing here, and let's go to the after party to Panda Point. I know you're exhausted, but show me excitement.
Tady máš postavit.